Hello everyone. Today in this session we are going to start our new topic, which is metals. This is our new chapter. Okay. And before starting our chapter, we have to be familiar about basic terms which are available in the chapters or included in the chapters. The basic terms are as follows: metals, minerals, ores, and metallurgy. Let's begin to know about metals. Metals means metals are elements except hydrogen, which form electropositive ions by losing electrons. Means here except hydrogen is written over here because hydrogen is in controversy. We know that losing electrons, here electrons indicate valence electron, no any other electron than valence electron. So we define metals as metals are the elements except hydrogen which form electropositive ions by losing electrons. You can have a look here. These are some pictures of metals. You can see copper, gold, copper sheet, and many more, silver, aluminium, iron, like that. We move to our next topic, which is minerals. Minerals are those naturally occurring chemical substances which contain metals in some amount. Here you can see minerals are those naturally occurring. Naturally occurring is shared here because minerals are found naturally on the earth's crust. It is found naturally on the earth's crust, and it is not organic since no any carbon atoms are included in the minerals, so they are not organic substance. They are chemical substances which contain metals in some amount, and they contain metal in very less amount. So here some amount means very less amount. And we define minerals as minerals are those naturally occurring chemical substances which contain metals in some amount. And next one is ores. Ores are those minerals from which metals can be extracted profitably. Here profitably means simply for beneficial purpose. Ores are those minerals from which metals can be extracted profitably or simply for beneficial purpose. How can we extract for beneficial purpose? If there is something in huge amount, then only we can sell it in the market and can earn profit. Like that, in ores, metals are found in huge amount, where in minerals, metals are found in some amount. Now further we will discuss everything. Let's move ahead. Metallurgy. Metallurgy is the process by which we can get pure metals from their ores. Here metallurgy means series of processes steps are followed during the extraction of pure metal. You can see in the picture, this is the molten mass of certain metal. So we can give a glance here how the metals are extracted in pure form, and the processes which are followed, they are collectively called metallurgy. Okay, we have completed our basic knowledge. Let's move ahead. Introduction to metals. Metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. They are malleable and ductile. Therefore, metals are widely used in our daily life. What are the reasons of using the metals in our daily life? The reasons are metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. Yes, it means heat and electricity can easily pass through metals, and they are malleable and ductile. As we have read in junior classes, metals have a malleability property and ductility property. As per the malleability property, What the metals is means metals can be converted into thin sheet by hammering and the ductility property shows the metals property as metals can be drawn into the thin wires, so we can find copper wire in our home. Okay, read from here. Among the many metals, iron, aluminium, copper, silver and gold are commonly used in our day-to-day life. Yeah, these all are common metals which are used in our daily life. These metals are generally used for making utensils, coins, bodies and parts of aeroplanes, ships, electric wires, jewelry and ornaments and so on. We know iron, aluminium, copper, etc. are used for making utensils. Iron, copper, aluminium, gold and silver, they all are used for making coins. Here for making the bodies and parts of aeroplanes. Aluminium is used for making the bodies and parts of aeroplane, and in ship iron and other metals are used to make the bodies of ship. And electric wire, as we have read here, metals have ductility property, so according to the ductility property they can be converted into thin wire, and thin wires are used as electric wires in our home, office and many other places. They can be also used for making jewelries and ornaments. Gold, silver and sometimes copper are used for making jewelries and ornaments, and for many other uses also. Okay, such as making windows in the houses, making tables, desks, bench in schools and many like that. Okay, move ahead. About minerals. What we know about minerals means these are naturally occurring chemical substances which contain metal in some amount. We have read earlier in the previous slide that minerals are naturally occurring chemical substances and metals are found in some amount only in that. For example, we can take the examples of minerals like limestone, slate, kaolin, etc. All minerals are not ores, but all ores are minerals because we cannot extract huge amount of metals from minerals, but we can extract metals from ores. Here also the same thing arises, which we have repeated 2 to 3 times. Okay, see here. What is this point is very important. You may be asked in your examination as the question of give reason. All minerals are not ores, but all ores are minerals. Why? Now answer starts from here. Because we cannot extract huge amount of metals from minerals, but we can extract metals from ores. Means here metals means huge amount of metal, and which can be used for profitable purpose. Okay, let's move ahead. About ores. Those minerals from which metals can be extracted for beneficial purpose are called ores. This is the definition of ores. Those minerals from which metals can be extracted for beneficial purpose. From ores we can extract the metal for beneficial purpose. As we know, they contain metals in huge amounts, so they are called ores. They are minerals. Focus on the words. They are minerals which contain metals in huge amount, so they are called ores. Simple. Okay, let's move ahead. Differences between minerals and ores. Differences between minerals and ores. These all are for minerals and these all are for ores. Here first number point, they contain metals in some amount. Here minerals contain metal in some amount, but ore contain metals in more amount. Here second number point, from all minerals we cannot extract metals. From all minerals we cannot extract metals. Here metals means in huge amount. Okay, and from all ores we can extract metals. Remember, from all ores we can extract metals. Third number point, all minerals are not ores, as we have discussed in our important point. All minerals are not ores, but here all ores are minerals. Okay, all ores are minerals. Okay, let's move ahead. In this chapter we study about 5 metals. Here this is our criteria. In metals chapter many metals can be included, but in class 10 only 5 metals are included. 5 metals are: first one, iron. We study about iron in first, and then after aluminium, similarly copper, silver, and at last gold. Let's move ahead. First one, iron. What we have to discuss about iron? Symbol. What is the symbol of iron? Fe. Its atomic number 26. Its atomic weight 56. Its valency 2 or 3. Okay. Iron lies in fourth period group 8 and it is present in D block, as it is D block element. I repeat again. Symbol Fe, atomic number 26, atomic weight 56, valency 2 or 3, position in periodic table period 4, group 8, block D block. Okay, let's move a step to our next topic, occurrence of iron. Iron is one of reactive metals, so it does not occur in free state in nature here, and it forms different types of compounds like oxides, sulfides, chlorides, etc. A little amount of iron is present in the hemoglobin of our blood. See, in the hemoglobin of our blood, iron is present. Here we can see hemoglobin. It is present in the hemoglobin of our blood. Okay, let's move in our next topic. Here we discuss about ores of iron. Ores of iron means in the first number, second number, third, fourth and fifth. Altogether there are 5 ores. 5 ores are there which are discussed in this chapter. First one is hematite and its molecular formula is Fe2O3. This is also considered as chief ore of iron. And second number is magnetite. Its molecular formula is Fe3O4. Third one is siderite and its molecular formula is FeCO3. Similarly, fourth one is limonite and its molecular formula is Fe2O3.3H2O. Here 3 water molecule is present. And lastly, iron pyrite, Fe2S3. Okay, remember this one is its chief ore. Okay, let's move to our next topic, which is physical properties of iron. What are the physical properties of iron? How iron actually looks in its physical state. Here are some physical properties of iron. Iron is a shiny and grey white. Actually we cannot determine it is shiny and grey white. When we cut it, then we can give a glance over there and we find that one is shiny and grey white color. That is like SS colored metals. Here S means powder of charcoal after burning. Powder of charcoal after burning. Okay, and next number is its specific gravity is 7.86. remember its specific gravity is 7.86. and third number point is its melting point is 1500 degrees Celsius and boiling point is 2500 degrees Celsius. Similarly, it is good conductor of heat and electricity. It is good conductor of heat and electricity. And likely It is malleable and ductile. And last one, it becomes non-magnetic when heated above 770 degrees Celsius. I am indicating important physical features. First one, second, this one. Likely these two are important features, and furthermore we can write any others. Okay, let's move to our next topic, which is uses of iron. What are iron used for? Here we discuss some points. Iron is used to make different types of household utensils. It is used to make rods, pipes, wires, bolts, weapons, etc. Okay, bolts, wires, pipes, rods, etc. all are made up of iron. In third number, it is used as catalyst in various chemical reaction. As we know, iron is also used as catalyst in various chemical reaction. And last one is it is used in manufacture of steel. Yeah, to make steel strong, iron is used in steel. Similarly, next one is aluminium. We will discuss aluminium in another video. So I want to summarize that we have read. Let's see the summary what we have studied today. Today we have studied about basic terms. About metals we have studied minerals, ores, metallurgy. These all are our basic terms, and we also study detail about introduction to the metals, about minerals, about ores, and differences between minerals and ores, and also what are the topics or the metals which are included in the chapter, about iron, symbol, atomic number, its atomic weight, valency, and its position in modern periodic table. Its occurrence means occurrence of iron, ores of irons, physical properties of iron, uses of iron, and in next video we'll study about aluminium. So thank you for today.